Hey guys, welcome to Lena's Custom Creations. I'm excited because today I'm going to be putting together a display for some of my products. I've been reaching out to a few different companies in the local area, and I am now able to display my reuse, reduce, and recycle product line, you can call it, of like recycled or upcycled bike parts, the jewelry, the clocks, and to be true to their theme of their store, I want to make sure that what I'm creating fits their like I said, their decor, and that it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. So what I decided to do is, obviously I have a lot of earrings and jewelry, and the clocks kind of stand on their own, so that's easy. So I thought today I would show you, in case you're interested, how to make a kind of jewelry stand, jewelry holder kind of thing using bike tires, or not bike tires, bike tubing, and an old picture frame. So let's get started. Okay guys, I picked a black frame because I think it looks really good with the black inner tubes. I already took out the glass, mainly because of the fact that I'm not going to be in the store on a regular basis. If it happens to fall down or anything, the glass won't break. Worst case, the picture frame does, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And even if it does, the inner tube hopefully will keep it together. But it also gives me a slight, like an extra couple millimeters here, so that way when I put in earrings and so forth, there's a little bit more clearance. And I also have a whole box full of inner tubes. I mean, who doesn't have these just lying around? So, as you can tell, there are thinner pieces, thicker pieces. There are ones with white on them, yellow on them, probably something else, different ridges, different textures. And again, if you have absolutely nothing, then just take what you got. But this one has some wording on it. I think that's pretty cool to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this and pick out the ones that I think might look the coolest, give it a little bit of dimension, and we'll see if we end up speeding this through or just cutting straight through. But alright, let's get to it. I'm just going to say, if you ever decide to do this on your own, the biggest thing is the white stuff that's inside the tires. I would say don't exactly quote me, but they're a little toxic. So for sure, wear gloves, wear a mask, do it outside, well-ventilated area, rinse hot water through. Obviously no one's going to be wearing this. It's going to be sealed when I'm done with it, so I don't have to worry about anyone touching it or anything. All my tubes have been thoroughly washed beforehand, and before I glue or do anything on here, I will be washing them again. So, but as you did not see that process, I just wanted to make sure that you guys that you knew that. So now that I knew what inner tubes I wanted to use, I just start wrapping them around the picture frame to get a rough guess of how much I needed, making sure not to pin down the back of the picture frame, and just cutting off the excess pieces, taping them down, just keep going. Obviously there's so many different types of tires, textures, colors, some have words, some don't, so it's really just kind of depends on what you're looking for. So whenever you're putting your picture frame together, just kind of play around with it. This is like my testing phase, so I end up changing the colors after this anyways to a yellow, white, and green striped line, but I didn't know that until I completed this section. So lots of trial and error, and again, just making sure I have enough pieces to cover the whole thing. What I'm going to do is, with the extra piece, not this part, I left quite a bit of space, so that way at the end, assuming I did my very rough calculations somewhat correctly, I should have an extra piece and I can feed this through here. But just for the sake of kind of working on my design and seeing what I like and what I don't, I'm just going to tape it all in there like a big giant mess. So right now it kind of looks like this, not too shabby. I thought I had an extra pair of earrings here. Oh, look at that. Bye-bye. Let me try and do it. Okay. So see, I mean, again, if I really wanted it to stand out even more. I mean, I guess the only downfall with this is it blends in really well, right? I could spray paint them if I like. If I want this to be a different texture or anything, or sorry, a different color, I could paint them. As long as they're not going to be moving a lot. I did try spray painting this material before, and because it's very stretchy, it'll start cracking. So that's the only kind of downfall with using black on black. So again, this is just an experiment. But assuming I do not spray paint it, I could always put this here, or I don't know, we'll play around with it. But if you wanted this to be even thinner, you could go ahead and even sew or glue in here and press it down. I'm just going to try stretching it really, really hard, and then hoping that my glue technique and the fact that it's like wrapping around and it has the tension from the sides, that'll work. But yeah, I mean, technically, you know, at least in theory, it does work. It holds the jewelry, which is not a hard task to do at all. But at least that part's done. So I also thought it would be fun. Where did that yellow one go? To weave this one through here. I could go from top to bottom, you know, and yeah, see, this tape doesn't work very well. Okay, kind of like this. Obviously, you can only imagine how fun it is to try to weave basically rubber through itself. But again, it's meant to be fun. Kind of have to play around with it. If I overlap them like I did, this might not work. Luckily, some of the ones I did. Luckily, some of the ones are not overlapping. Again, this could help bring some dimension in, so that way when I put my earrings here, it might suit a little bit more. If I leave these a little open, I could even pull them out a little and then feed stuff through here. So that's the fun part. I can always leave these kind of loose in the back, so that way I can kind of play around with it. And then, which I might even do that, I think I like that. So basically put this one really tight, the one that's going horizontally, and the vertical one, barely put it in at all, just let it, basically its own tension hold it in. And then just kind of stuff these in the back, so that way if I want to put something in here, I can just slightly pull it out, and look, I got like a loop. So see, you guys, just teamwork makes the dream work. So alright, I'm going to continue. I'm back with lots of glue sticks. Lots and lots of glue sticks. So you can see there's like super clear ones and like that one, foggy, smeary ones. I like the see-through ones, obviously, but just it looks cleaner, and then that way if you do see it, you won't see it. Hey, okay, lots of glue. My high-tech method right there, using your chin. Okay. I feel like we haven't gotten anywhere. Alright, back to step one. I want to say I could glue it to the top, but I don't want to. Kind of want to like just tape it just in case. Add some more. Can even add some to the front. Pile that sucker on. First one's kind of the most important because it's going to have the least amount of support while I'm pulling it. Like I said, from here on out, it's going to have the tension from the frame for the rest of it. All right. So now I'm going to glue here and on the side, and then kind of gently but firmly pull it. So just make sure I have enough glue on my glue gun, hopefully. I guess I can always, alright, hold here, pull, since I can't, for some reason, sew this stuff. It's upsetting, but okay. Not letting it bother me, as you can clearly tell. Alright, so I'll just hold that for a minute. It's bothering me, but I'll get over it. Okay, so again, I could super glue the back a little bit again because I plan on weaving stuff through it. I really don't want to. And then when I get to the back, I'm just gonna kind of go down a little. So this overlaps a little. I didn't want it to go too much so that way I can weave the stuff through it. But again, I really like that the white shows through. It'll add some contrast to all the already crazy. My brain turned off already. To my jewelry. So again, I'm gonna kind of hold this with my thumb. I'm gonna get my rusty glue gun. So much harder to do than you think. Like, and try to show the camera. You can't see, but okay. Uh-oh. Again, just firmly pulling, and yeah, I think I'm gonna leave a little bit of space. I can always put excuse me, some colors back, you know, a piece of paper, color paper back there. Honestly, nail polish also works on this a little bit. Again, as long as it's already fully stretched. But like I said, I used some paint, and then whenever it was stretching constantly, it didn't work very well. So anyways, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to speed this up so this isn't a super even longer video than it already is. So once I decided what inner tubes I wanted to use, I just started gluing them down. Pretty simple, using a lot of glue, taking my time, letting it dry a little bit, and continuously wrapping it, putting glue on the top and on the front of the picture frame, pulling it really tight and holding it until it had that tension and I can move to the next part. I realized that I really like the little metal pieces that you use to pump up the tire, so I just kind of shoved them between two of the inner tubes and glued them down. I thought it would be really cool to like hold some jewelry pieces or just something up. And again, making sure not to pin down the picture frame stand. So once I ran out of inner tube, I glued it down, grabbed the new inner tube and just glued it on top of the one I just finished with, and then also glued the new inner tube closed. And again, take all the air out of it. I had to speed this up because I ended up realizing this video was really long because it was a lot of trial and error on my part. So this is the first one I had made, so yeah. So again, then I just started weaving this through, over, under, and then alternating under, over, and then cutting out the excess pieces, making sure to leave a lot of extra room so I could tuck the extra pieces in the back and I have room to pull it out if I needed to. And I just alternated it, so it created a pattern. Under, over, under, over, under. I got some of the white down here. I like that. I'm going to try to pull that up a little bit. Make sure that the yellow is showing, because on this one, oops, come on now. The yellow is kind of hiding, so I'm just going to move it a little. And again. Alright. Can't stress enough how I did not do, like, hold my own golden rule. By the way, you can watch me while I chastise myself, but always make sure that everything is properly washed. I did not do that. It's a big no-no on my part, as you can see. It's a big no-no on my part. Always make sure everything's washed. Don't be like me. Oh my gosh. So, always wash everything first. I should obviously take myself more serious as well, but basically just folding these under the straps, folding these under this, so that way just kind of alternating wherever they fit the best. And look, covered up my ugliness right there. Grab my finger. I think we've learned today, do what I say, not what I do. And we'll 100% have to clean this up a little bit, but I will make sure to show a before and after picture. And I hope it looks as cool as it sounded and felt like it would be in my head. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this bad boy over here. Alright, I'll be back. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by today and hanging out with me while I kind of maneuvered and figured out how this thing was going to work. And again, I can't stress enough, do what I say, not what I do. Make sure you clean all your parts properly. I totally did it backwards, but I only had today to do the movie, so I kind of just went with it. But don't do that. Definitely clean all your stuff. Make sure everything's really healthy first and good for you. Don't do anything that's bad for you. But anyways, this is how it turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. As you can see, like, this is just kind of an example of some of the jewelry and things that I have. The black contrast isn't as bad as I thought. I thought it would be harder, but I think adding all those lines, that was key. I really like the crisscross design. Let me know what you guys think. I think this will fit the aesthetic of the store really well, so I'm excited for that. And otherwise, I'll send some pictures, be on the lookout, and otherwise, I'd love to hear what you think, and have a very wonderful day. And as always, don't ever take my word for it. Go try to check it out yourself. Yay! Have fun, guys.